What is up, guys? Welcome to Serial Nation, and today I have for you another Kingdom Hearts video, but this time, instead of it being reaction, it's going to be a topic or sort of like discussing Kingdom Hearts 3 and some of the stuff that I just wanted to get out of the way because, man, you guys, Kingdom Hearts 3 is so close right now. Starting 2017, there's going to just be a whole bunch of news, so I just wanted to get out my thoughts and opinions before it's too late because once it reaches 2017 with that 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix and that 2.8, oh man, it is gonna be lit. So basically, yeah, this is just gonna be me discussing some of the topics. I'm trying to make this a little short mini series if you guys like it, but for this video, I'm going to be discussing worlds because that is one of the biggest and main features in Kingdom Hearts. So, basically, this is going to be like worlds that I expect to return because Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have a whole bunch of new worlds as stated by Nomura. So, this is basically going to be like worlds that I expect to return or would like for it to return. And yeah, we'll get started. So the first world I would like to return, not many people are really big on this world, and I'm not really sure why. But the world I'm talking about is the 100 Acre Woods from Winnie the Pooh. And basically this world is it's like it's not really necessary for you to play the game because in like I don't know if it was like optional in Kingdom Hearts 1, but I know in Kingdom Hearts 2 it was optional. You didn't need to actually play the world in order to beat the game. And plus it didn't really provide anything in terms of the story. It was really just a side world or like a side mission to where you could do mini games and rank up your character and rank up some points and stuff. But I really like this world to return because Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be the darkest game out of every single game we've played so far. So, I would like it if they could at least have something a little bit light, just balance it out with the dark stuff that's supposed to happen in Kingdom Hearts 3. So, I would really enjoy if they could add this world. And plus, there's a lot of content that they could do since it's Winnie the Pooh. There's a lot of stories that they could take from like the TV shows or the movies or the specials, etc. Anything related to that content. So yeah, 100 Acre Woods, definitely want that to happen. Moving on, another world I want is Agrabah. Now, if you play Kingdom Hearts, you know this is like one of the most popular worlds. It's basically in the majority of the Kingdom Hearts game. It was in Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, and it was in Kingdom Hearts 2 also. So yeah, it was basically in the majority of the Kingdom Hearts games, and I would want this world to return mainly because for the first world, I think it was the first story of Aladdin, but then for the first game, but then for the second game, Kingdom Hearts 2, I think it's a return of Jafar. So I'm not sure if they've done the story of King of Thieves yet. I'm really not sure if they have. But if they haven't done King of Thieves, then I would really want them to do that story for Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, if they did it, then if they did King of Thieves already, then no, I wouldn't want Agrabah to return, obviously, because there wouldn't really be anything else for them to talk about. But if they haven't done King of Thieves as a story for Aladdin 3, then yeah, I would really appreciate it if they could do that, since it only makes sense. Alright, moving on to my next world. Man, this is like a lot of worlds I'm gonna be talking about. But for this one, it's gonna be Beast Castle, or not so much on Beast Castle, but just like Beauty and the Beast in general. because I feel like we haven't really seen much of like the Beast and Belle and like just the whole gang involving the inanimate objects and stuff. But I don't know because I haven't watched Beauty and the Beast 2 or like the Christmas sequel or whatever it's called. But I don't know, so I don't know if like the inanimate objects are back in that because I know, okay, like spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, I'll give you like, a little thing for you to skip on. But in the ending of Beauty and the Beast 1, I'm pretty sure that all the inanimate objects turn to human once the beast becomes a prince or whatever. So I don't know if that's gonna come back um in like, the sequel, if it's in the sequel, but if they were to bring back Beauty and the Beast, then that would be the most logical thing they would focus on. So yeah, I feel like we should at least see a little bit more of like the Beast and Belle because I feel like we haven't really gotten to see much of them in the Kingdom Hearts series. All right, and another world I would want is Daybreak Town. Now, for those of you who don't know what Daybreak Town is, it was basically like the hub world for the mobile game Unchained Key, sort of like how Traverse Town was the hub world for Kingdom Hearts 1, and what's it called? Hollow Bastion for Kingdom Hearts 2. So I think it would be pretty cool. I don't know if they would do this, but I think it would be pretty awesome if they could do Daybreak Town as the hub world for Kingdom Hearts 3. Mainly because like the core sequels don't usually have the same hub world. So I think it would be cool if they can, mix it up a little bit to where they have Daybreak Town for Kingdom Hearts 3. Plus, the reason why I believe Daybreak Town will be in Kingdom Hearts 3 is mainly because in 2.8, they're going to have a 3D version of Daybreak Town for the movie for Unchained Key back cover. So it only makes sense for them to include it in Kingdom Hearts 3 as like a full 3D playable world. In my opinion, that's only a way I could really like make sense of it. But yeah, I think like this role should definitely get more, you know, more love involving Kingdom Hearts. All right, and then moving on, another world. This is really a giveaway in terms of like which world will be in the game. But this one, they have to. They like freaking. I would be so surprised if you can't actually explore in this world. But Destiny Islands, boy, the reason why I say this is because the only time, like, yeah, legitimately, the only time you can explore Destiny Islands is basically in Kingdom Hearts 1. Everything else, every other game, you could basically only see Destiny Islands through cutscenes. Yeah, basically just through cutscenes. But I mean, it only makes sense though, now that I think about it, because when they showed a teaser trailer, Sora was on Destiny Islands, and he had like Ericus's Keyblade, so it only makes sense. And plus, it's all on Unreal 4, so I have no idea would just revamp the graphics if it was strictly for cutscenes. It wouldn't make any sense. They would have to do it to where it was like you have to explore the world. And I think it would be cool because what they could do is you could explore the island, and I feel like you should also be able to explore the village to where you could like visit the houses and maybe even go to like freaking Kyrie's school or whatever, Just a little bit more exploration is what I would like because I feel like we haven't really gotten to explore much of this place, and I feel like it has more stuff than we really know from it. All right, and then another world I would pretty much want. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I wouldn't be surprised if this world doesn't appear, but I would also be like, I would want it to appear because I also feel like it hasn't really gotten much attention. But Disney Castle or not Disney Castle. No, yeah, Disney Castle, yeah. I would want this world to appear mainly because it has the cast of like all the original, Disney characters. And I think it would be cool because again, I feel like we haven't really got to explore much of this world. We really just got to explore a little bit of the castle. But I feel like it would be cool if like maybe they added like a little bit more areas to where you could explore like maybe a little bit of the village and like do some side missions or something, or like you could do like maybe fight more secret bosses to how like in Kingdom Hearts 2 you could fight the Lingering Will in that area. So I think it would be cool if they could do, if they could do that. I think that would be pretty awesome. And also, not just Disney Castle, but also Timeless River. This is probably one of the most wanted worlds that I want to return because this world has gotten like no attention at all besides Kingdom Hearts 2. And what I love about this world so freaking much is the style and creativity of this world. I love how when you entered, they made it really similar to how like what's it called? They made it really similar to like the classic Disney cartoons where everything was like black and white and cartoony. And like they even changed the design style for like the three main characters, and I thought that was really awesome. So yeah, I would really, want Timeless River to come back and maybe even get it a little bit more involved into the story because it did have some importance in Kingdom Hearts 2, but I felt like, it could be even more important. Maybe even add Oswald. I think that would be pretty awesome if we meet Oswald in Timeless River, and who knows? Maybe he has like a grudge against Mickey or something. I was actually thinking about making a separate video talking about Oswald, but yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And then this world will most likely happen. It's pretty much confirmed. I shouldn't even say that I want this because this is where the final battle is gonna happen. This is where it's all gonna go down. This is where Sora and Xehanort, the seven Guardians of Light and the 13 Seekers of Darkness are finally gonna clash, and it's where it's gonna go down, man. It's where they're gonna have like that little war to fight for you know, Darkness Light and Kingdom Hearts, and yeah, the Keyblade Graveyard. I really want this area to be like. Well, I mean, it's not really gonna be explorable that much because this is where we're gonna have like the fighting sequences and stuff. But I think it'll be cool if they could just make it look a little bit more detailed, like just having like the Keyblades shown more. I guess like the fallen wielders on the floor and stuff. Some of the damaged Keyblades. I think it'll be pretty cool. Again, Mysterious Tower pretty much confirmed as they showed some gameplay based off of it. Twilight Town, Mysterious Tower, um, the city from Tangled, I forget what it was called, and Big Hero 6. Those four worlds are the only ones that have been confirmed so far. But yeah, Mysterious Tower pretty much gonna happen. And also, oh yeah, Hercules has also been confirmed. Mount Olympus is gonna come, which is like a new area. But I would like it if Olympus Coliseum could, come back again, just for the sake of it, because it's basically been in every single Kingdom Hearts game, and I think it would be cool if they could bring it back in 3 because it was pretty fun. That you had like the tournament cups, and you could rank up your characters, win prizes, all that good stuff, and even fight some secret bosses like Sephiroth and some of the Final Fantasy characters. But yeah, I think, I wouldn't be mad if they don't add this because we're getting a Mount Olympus, which is a way bigger area than Olympus Coliseum ever was. But I think it would be pretty cool if they could add this just as a little area that you could explore. And then this is another world that I wouldn't really mind if they don't add, but I think it would be pretty cool if they could add it, and that is Port Royal from Pirates of the Caribbean. And the reason why I say this is because again, this is another one of those worlds that they barely like talked about at all, and they barely like yeah, they just barely like shown anything of Pirates of the Caribbean. And it kind of sucks because back then when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, it was at its peak. Like everyone was talking about Pirates of the Caribbean. It was one of the most trending Disney brands out there. And now it isn't really the case anymore. Now I feel like nobody really cares too much about the Pirates of the Caribbean. And while they are trying to bring it back with the new movie, I feel like it doesn't really have that sense of quality to it anymore. But I feel like if what they could do, if they want to get people back into it, they could add at least like maybe the sequel to the first movie, because I don't want them to skip too much, but if they were to add it, I would want it to follow the plot of the second film because I think that would be pretty cool. Especially because the themes of Pirates of the Caribbean involve like darkness and stuff like that. And this world I want to be added so freaking bad, but I doubt it's gonna happen. As stated by Nomura, he said this world will most likely not happen. Although we can't give up hope, guys, because remember, I think he said that like about he says that a lot about like a lot of things. Like he'll say like one thing but then change his mind. So yeah, this is technically still a possibility, but I wouldn't lay my cards out just yet. But basically, the world I'm talking about is Pride Lands from The Lion King, and I would want this world to come back because again, it's another world we barely got anything out of. It was only one game, and we barely got any plot out of. And the one thing that I hated about this world too was that we didn't get to see Pride Lands when it looked nice. We just got to see it when it was like all ruined, like there was no vegetation, all the plants were dead. It basically looked like a freaking cemetery. But yeah, what I would want this world to return because again, there's a lot of content they could do from it. They could do the sequel to The Lion King. They could do The Lion King 1.5, or they could do the new Disney Junior show, The Lion Guard. And I feel like either the sequel or The Lion Guard would work perfectly because it has more content than 1.5, and plus 1.5 takes place before the first film. So if they were to do that, I don't really know how it would work involving time travel. But yeah, I would really want Pride Lands to come back, especially because we barely got to see any of it. All right, and Hollow Bastion or Radiant Garden, I don't know if it will come back, to be honest. I can't really say if it will. I think it would be pretty cool if we could visit, some of the characters that were in Hollow Bastion, in Kingdom Hearts 3. But I believe that the characters from Final Fantasy that were in that world, they most likely will be in Daybreak Town if that's like the new hub world, which I could see, it being new hub world. Um yeah, they most likely would be there and not in Radiant Garden. So yeah. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, oh yeah, yeah, and no, 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 wait. There's one more. There's one more world I forgot to mention that I think that I would want to return, and that is the Land of Dragons from Mulan, and also another freaking world that we barely got to visit. And I feel like what they could do with this is that they could focus on the sequel. And I know that the sequel doesn't really have that much of a big story, so it won't really involve that big of a difference. But yeah, I still think it would be a really cool contribution if they added to it. But yeah, that includes this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this new series. If you want more of it, if you enjoyed it, was entertaining or informative, any of that juicy good stuff. But saying that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day, night, whatever time it is, wherever you live, and I'll see you next time. All right, peace.